Widowed and over 65 in Canada? You might expect your late spouse's CPP to land on top of your own check. It won't. In 2026, a quiet cap can limit your combined payment to one person's maximum, no matter how much the two of you paid in over 40 years of work. This one ceiling quietly costs Canadian widows thousands of dollars a year, and almost nobody sees it coming until the first reduced deposit hits their account. Stay with me until number 6, because that's the one most people get completely backwards. Number 1, and this is the big one, so I'm giving it to you first. When you already collect your own CPP retirement pension and then qualify for a survivor's pension after your spouse dies, Service Canada does not send you two separate checks. They merge the two into a single monthly payment. And here is the part almost nobody is told. That combined payment cannot exceed the maximum retirement pension for one person, which is $1,507.65 a month in 2026. Picture a real case. Your own CPP is $1,100. Your late husband's survivor portion should be around $900. That's 60% of his $1,500 maximum. On paper, you're owed over $2,000 a month. In reality, the cap slices the combined check back down to $1,507. That's roughly $500 a month. Gone. $6,000 a year vanished into the ceiling. Take Margaret, 68, in Hamilton. She budgeted for $2,000 a month, signed a lease on that number, and her first deposit came in at $1,507. She was short $500 on rent from month 1, drained $1,200 from savings by March, and broke the lease at a 2-month penalty of roughly $2,800, nearly half a year of the very benefit she thought she'd have. The mistake that wrecks people's budgets is assuming both checks arrive in full and planning their retirement around a number that will never show up. Before you count on a single dollar of survivor income, calculate your own base pension first, then assume the combined total lands at or just below that one-person maximum. Write the real figure, $1,507, at the top of your budget, not the fantasy $2,000. That single reality check saves widows from a brutal surprise in month 1. Number 2, the survivor's pension is never automatic, and this catches thousands of grieving spouses every year. Service Canada will not phone you, will not mail you a check on its own, and will not start the benefit the moment your spouse passes. You have to apply in writing, with the ISP 1300 application and a certified copy of the death certificate. Here's the money mistake. Many survivors assume the government already knows because they reported the death to a funeral home or to CRA, and they wait. Meanwhile, CPP survivor benefits are generally only backdated a maximum of 12 months. Wait 18 months to apply, and you don't get 18 months of back pay. You lose roughly 6 months of a $900 benefit. That's over $5,000. Gone. Simply because no form was filed. One widower in Calgary sat on the paperwork for 2 years while grieving, assumed it would all be sorted when the estate closed, and forfeited about $8,000 in back payments that the 12-month limit permanently erased. The equivalent of 9 full monthly checks he never got back, and not a dollar of it was appealable. Do this the week you're able. Request the survivor's pension and the death benefit together on the same application so nothing slips through, and keep the certified death certificate, not a photocopy, attached. Number 3, know exactly what percentage you're actually owed because the number changes at 65. If you are 65 or older and not already on CPP, the survivor's pension is 60% of your late spouse's retirement pension, up to $904 a month in 2026. If you are under 65, the formula is different and honestly stingier. 37.5% of their pension plus a flat rate portion of $238, capping at $803 a month. The trap here is a widow at 63 assuming she'll get the 60% figure she read online. She won't, not until 65. Consider Susan, widowed at 62 with a spouse who drew the full pension. She expected around $900 and instead received about $800, a $100 a month gap that ran for 3 years. Nearly $4,000 less than she'd penciled in, enough to cover a full year of her property taxes. And the cruelest twist, your survivor's pension does not automatically jump up when you turn 65. The percentage that applied when you first qualified can carry forward, so check your amount the month you turn 65 and confirm you're on the right calculation. One 5-minute phone call to Service Canada at 1-800-277-9914 can catch a benefit that quietly stayed stuck on the lower under 65 formula and recover the difference from that point on. Quick reminder before we go on, number 6 is the one that trips up even careful, well-off couples, so don't click away. Number 4. Claim the $2,500 death benefit and move fast. This is a one-time lump sum paid out of the deceased's CPP, and it's meant to help cover funeral costs. But it does not appear on its own. Whoever is handling the estate, usually the executor, should apply first, and ideally within 60 days of the death, because if the executor doesn't apply in that window, the payment can be redirected to whoever actually paid the funeral bill or to the surviving spouse. The common mistake is everyone in the family assuming someone else already claimed it, and the $2,500 sits unpaid for months. One family in Ottawa split a $9,000 funeral bill 3 ways among the adult children, and because each assumed a sibling had filed, the ISP 1300 death benefits section went in 8 months late. And by then, the money went to the sibling who kept the paid invoice, not to their mother, who could have used it against her own reduced income. It's also taxable to whoever receives it, so if the estate is in a higher bracket, say 33% versus your 20%, claiming it directly as the surviving spouse instead of through the estate can keep an extra $160-odd of that $2,500 in your pocket. Put it on the same ISP 1300 form as the survivor's pension and don't let it drift. Number 5. Here's the piece of the cap that actually works in your favor, and it's the reason 2 widows with identical spouses can get different checks. Remember that one-person maximum that caps your combined benefit? That ceiling applies to the base pre-2019 part of CPP. The newer CPP enhancement, the enhanced component that's been building since 2019, is added on top of the combined benefit and is not subject to that maximum. So if you or your late spouse kept working and contributing through the enhancement years, your combined check can legally exceed the headline $1,500 cap by a modest amount. It's not huge yet. For someone who's contributed through every year since 2019, it might be $20 to $40 a month today, roughly $300 to $500 a year. But it grows every year. The enhancement matures, and by the time it's fully phased in, the enhanced tier is designed to lift the maximum meaningfully. The mistake is reading your combined benefit is capped and assuming the enhanced portion vanishes too. It doesn't. One widow in Winnipeg assumed the cap ate everything and never questioned her statement. She left a $30 a month enhanced top-up sitting unclaimed on paper for a full year, about $360 she was entitled to, before a phone call restored it. When your statement arrives, look for the enhanced component listed as a separate line and confirm it was added on top, not folded into the cap and quietly erased. Number 6, the one most people get backwards. Here's the instinct. We both worked our whole lives and maxed out CPP, so when one of us dies, the survivor will be rolling in 2 full pensions. It is the exact opposite. The survivor cap punishes high-earning couples the hardest. If you each built a near maximum CPP of $1,500, the survivor still walks away with just one person's maximum, about $1,507. All those extra years of top contributions on the second earner? For survivor purposes, largely wiped out by the ceiling. The couple who assumed we'll have $3,200 a month between our 2 pensions is planning for a household income that collapses to roughly half, a $1,500 a month drop, $18,000 a year, the day one of them dies. Take Robert and Jean, both retired teachers, both near the maximum. When Robert died at 71, Jean's combined check didn't climb toward $3,000. It stayed pinned at just over $1,500, and every dollar of Robert's decades of maximum contributions above that line simply disappeared. She lost $1,500 a month overnight, while her rent and hydro didn't drop a cent. And the backwards move that follows, delaying your own CPP to age 70 purely to boost the survivor benefit. Deferral grows your own pension by 42%. Yes, an extra $600+ a month for a maxed out earner. But once the survivor benefit is layered on, and the combined amount slams into that same one-person cap, much of the boost you sacrificed years to earn simply disappears above the ceiling. Run the combined number before you defer, not after. For couples where both spouses have strong pensions, the smarter play is often to draw earlier, even at 60, accepting the 36% reduction, and invest or enjoy the money while you're both alive, precisely because the survivor cap guarantees the second pension won't fully survive either of you. So here's your one action step this week. Pull up both your CPP statements, yours and your spouse's, add your own retirement pension to 60% of theirs, and if that total climbs past $1,507, you now know the cap is going to bite, and by roughly how much. That single calculation turns a devastating surprise into a plan. If this helped you or someone you love, subscribe and share it with a friend who's widowed or planning ahead. The ones who understand the cap in time are the only ones who ever plan around it.